Everybody, what is up? This is your boy Mike, and a lot of us are interested in South Korea. A lot of us want to come and live here. A lot of us even live here. But there's one thing that makes life a lot easier and or tougher, depending on how you look at it, is learning Korean. So today, I want to bring some of you onto the show just to kind of practice your Korean and maybe get a little bit of help to help you get that Korean that you're looking for. Cue intro. Fam, what is up again? This is your boy Mike, and I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite type of streams, and it's the type of stream where I get a chance to bring one of you onto in the stream and actually chat with you and get to know you a little bit more. So with no further ado, I want to bring on my guest today, and you may have seen her in a few of my videos. For example, my one video where she's reacting to the passing of Chadwick Boseman, as well as a few other videos and then some podcasts as well. We have my good friend, my buddy, we have Jinson in the house. Hey, Jinson, what's up?
Hey, all good. How are you, everyone? It's nice to see you.
Yeah, make sure you guys say what's up to Jinson. You got some hello, Jinson.
Hi, Elijah. I'm good, thanks. Good. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on. This is your first time. I know you've done some videos with me, but this is your first time actually like being in front of people and everything.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to meet new people because I don't know when the last time I've met a new person was. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Before we push on into the stream, would you mind just like introducing yourself and just like, I guess, I mean, we know you're from Korea, but then, you know, some people in one of our podcast video were like, she has this kind of funny accent. Like, what's up with her accent? So if you can just tell just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm Jinson and I'm from Korea, but I did grow up in Australia when I was little and I've come back to Korea. I'm currently a Korean teacher and I teach Korean to kids that speak Korean as their mother tongue. And yeah,
I thought you would be one of the perfect people to bring on just because also your deep knowledge of Korean, but then also like, you know, you're a native English or a native Korean speaker, but then you're also like a solid English speaker too, because you've had so much practice just actually speaking the language for a long time.
Yeah, so, I think I'm really lucky to be able to speak two languages. So I hope I can be helpful today. I might need your help as well as someone who's learned Korean as a foreigner.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got you. Question, what part of Australia do you live in? Because we have some subscribers who always check in, who also live in Australia.
Oh, I'm from a place that has the Opera House and the Darling Harbour.
Oh, you're from Melbourne. Joking. I'm joking.
I'm from Sydney.
Okay. So for all the Sydney folks in here, big shout out to Sydney. Big shout out to Australia. Big shout out to Sydney as well. That's what's up. So I just want to go over just how tonight is going to go down. So, and I know we only have you for a little bit of time here tonight because you have to run a little bit early. So here's what's going to happen for all of you out there who really want to practice your Korean tonight, or come on and maybe ask a question about Korea or anything like that. We are going to have you go into the Discord, and our homie Elijah is also chilling in here. He is going to also assist you with that. Once you go into the Discord, he's going to set you up he's going to actually, he's going to give you a link. Actually, and Elijah, I'll give you that link. And when Elijah gives you that link, it'll allow you to come into our stream. And then I'll add you in, and then you'll just be a part of it. And so we're going to ask for you, if you can, to just, I guess, to speak for about a few minutes. Like you're around for a few minutes just to kind of make time for other people who are also trying to come in as well. So, and hello also to you, Brown Sugar Bay. She says hello to us. What's up?
Hello.
So I'm gonna go ahead and send this to Elijah. So Elijah, I'm gonna send this to you right now, mi amigo. And if you guys are interested, please let us know in the Discord. And if you don't know the Discord, I will post the invite to our Discord for you here. And come on in and we'll get you guys kind of talking. There you go. Hope you're not too nervous meeting new people.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, and our subscribers, they're really cool. They're really cool people. And anyone who's coming through, it's ultra cool people. So I'm really excited for us to have a chance just to kind of talk with them again and everything.
Yeah. We're so blessed to have this technology that like this can happen, you know?
Yeah, I know, right? Just like it still surprised me that we're able to do things like this.
Yeah.
You know, with things like Streamyard and stuff, that we can actually talk to people on the other side of the world, like just like that. We can just add them in.
Exactly.
And so also for those of you who are interested in following me on Twitch, I do have a Twitch handle as well. It's Michael86. So I will be posting that also in the chat so you guys can follow me on Twitch because I'm trying to build up my Twitch channel. And then also, Elijah, at some point, if you want to jump in here, you can as well. You can jump into the stream. So before we continue, I know for me, did Discord allow video call? Is this just video or audio? Well, it's a good question. I'll post yours up. If it's just video or audio, you guys, well, obviously it has to be audio because we have to be able to hear you. You can choose to turn on your video or not. So if you want to turn on your video and we see you, that is perfectly fine. If you don't, then that's also cool. But in the Discord, Elijah's going to hook you up with the link. And then you follow that link and then come into here. Okay? So here's the fun part. It's the actual waiting for people to jump in.
It's been really smooth so far. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I know. Typically for me, I always have technical issues. And we haven't had any technical issues. This is great. I guess I'm getting better at this.
Well, no, I've never been like on the backstage of Streamyard. I was always like the viewer, so I never knew how this rolled. So.
Yeah, it's the Streamyard is really cool. And, you know, we can see what you guys are like, what you're saying. We can like, you know, mention you, or we can like basically we get the whole like backstage experience. So hopefully we can get you guys on here. Yeah, anyway, Discord's not allowing audio, I think. Aurel, are you trying to jump on here? Would you like to join us? Some of them are also in Korea studying in Korea now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Welcome to Korea.
So what was one of the hardest parts for you learning language? I know we talked about it in a podcast before, but like what was to you like one of the most frustrating parts of it?
So I think for me, so it's always linked to culture, I think. So if you've been away from a country for a while, you kind of lose context. So when it comes to like small talk or like jokes and, you know, things that really matter in life, I think those are the hardest things sometimes. Yeah, I think that's still a struggle for me.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, I know for me, it's, I think it's sometimes switching from being formal to informal as well. Like, because, you know, I'll look at TV and I'll learn some things. And I guess I'll practice saying it, and then like I'll be in a different situation where I'm with like someone who's much older, and then like I'll have to like use like proper Korean or like at least more respectful Korean. And like with Korean, like you can use like you can still use your yos. So like, oh, would you say yo and stuff like that? But then like I feel like it gets a lot harder when you're with someone who's even like higher. And you're like, then the whole language switches again. And then you're like, instead of you saying like, 줄게요, you'll be like, 드릴게요.
Yeah.
It's like, it still bothers me to this day. And like, there's still, even like for like eat, like 먹다 is like 드시다, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You have to say 드시다. You can even say 잡수시다. So there's like different levels of saying how we eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on the chat saying they struggle with informal, formal,
Yeah.
반말 and everything. Yeah.
If some of us are having trouble with Discord, then something we can do. And Elijah, you can still work on the back end, but just to kind of get someone in here, what I can do is just send someone. I hate to post a link in the chat, but I can post a link in the chat since we only have 30 people, so it's not a lot. And then we can get some of you in here. And so, Brown Sugar Bay, would you like to jump in?
Yay!
Would you like to jump in here? If so, I can just plop it right here. All right, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just plop it here. Boop.
Come on in.
So it's really, I listened to your English, Jinson, and I feel like your English is like native level.
No, thank you so much, but I struggle. My inner struggles are real.
Really?
Well, sometimes. And it depends on my like anxiety level that day and like how much sleep I've gotten, how tired I am. I think it really affects me a lot. Like if I have some alcohol in me, I would definitely fly with
Oh yeah.
my English.
The
Fly
liquid
high.
encouragement.
Yeah. You know, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know for me, it depends on also like how tired I am as well, because if I feel very like energetic and very like open-minded at that moment, like, you know, when you're like, not open-minded as in like, you know, like you don't want to accept things, but open-minded as in like you just kind of feel like, like you can just think really clearly, right?
100%.
I feel like it's those times where my Korean is the best, for sure. And like, oh, let me stop talking. We have someone in the chat. So we have Elizabeth has joined us. So Elizabeth, I'm going to add you in. Hello.
Yay. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, we hear you just fine.
Awesome. Well, I'm from Maine. I was in the chat, so I don't know what I'm doing, but really, I just started learning Korean back in November, so I'm like a super newbie. But I've been tutoring English with a lot of Koreans, and when I share the little bit that I know, I always get a lot of compliments on my pronunciation. So that's nice.
Nice. That's really cool. Especially like you just started too, like in November.
Yeah. I've been using Pimsleur mostly for now, although I also use Duolingo, and I watch a lot of dramas, and I try to learn from dramas.
Wow. What dramas are you learning from?
Oh, I've watched so many. It's a little embarrassing, but right now I'm watching Startup. So
I heard that one was really good. Do you know that one, Mike?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
No, I haven't even, like the last one that I've seen was the one with the monsters. And the people are stuck in there. Sweet Home.
Yes, I watched that one a couple weekends ago. It was not my usual genre, but it was very fun. And the lady who's the firefighter character, oh my God, she's so hot. When she's like crawling in the crawl space.
Yeah, she's tough and stuff. She's tough.
Yeah, and I've seen her in a few other dramas, and she didn't look that like buff, but she's wicked buff in Sweet Home.
Yeah. Question: are you able to? Would you mind kind of like showing off your Korean skill for us?
Sure. So 안녕하세요. 저는 Liz입니다. What else should I say? I don't know. I'm so scared. Let's see.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Maybe, Jinson, I don't know if you want to respond to her in Korean just to give her an idea what to say.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
안녕하세요. 저는 진선이에요. 어디서 사세요?
Uh, main I just recently learned how to say like I live in or I'm from like main something.
You can say
Yeah.
살고 있어요 or 메인에서 왔어요.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's really good. Okay. Let's see. 아침 먹겠어요?
아침 먹었어요. 아침 드셨어요?
네. 아침 먹었어요. 죽. 아침 죽. So
먹었어요?
oatmeal for breakfast. Oatmeal for breakfast, but I don't know what. I only know juk in Korean, but I don't know the like. I mean, it's not Korean juk because it's oatmeal,
Yeah.
but similar.
I don't think we have a word for oatmeal. I think we just say oatmeal.
I think it's just oatmeal.
Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Yeah. Oatmeal. Yeah. Good job. That's really
Yeah, that's
good.
you're really good. Please keep up the really good work.
I for sure will. I think I've had enough now. I should probably let someone else come in, but thanks so much for letting me join you guys.
No, thank you so much for having like the courage and to jump up here with us and everything. I know it can be kind of like really, really nerve-wracking to kind of be put on the spot, especially with language skill. Just from speaking from firsthand experience and like I've met new people and had to speak Korean to being on stage and having to speak Korean. One of which I did well, one of which I crashed hard. Sadly, it was the one on stage where I crashed hard. It happens, and you have your ups, you have your downs, but it's good to see that you have enthusiasm because that's going to carry you all the way through. So
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, and I also learned how to talk about my cat a little bit. So 고양이가 한 마리. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how to say it. I have. But 고양이가 한 마리. How to say? Oh yeah.
Yay!
Yay! Nice.
Right. I will step out and let somebody else come in. But thank you guys for doing this.
No, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
All right.
Take care.
And I'll be listening in the chat and in the chat on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Liz. Nice meeting you.
Wow. So good, just for a few months. Just for a few months. That's pretty good. I think it took me like a solid 2 years before I could really do a solid 자기소개.
I'm sure. And to be speaking in front of other people, that's really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that's really nerve-wracking. I see that we have Melinda is on standby. Melinda, we're adding you in. What's up?
Hi, Melinda.
Hi.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, how long have you been studying Korean?
Okay. Well, I've been studying for, I would say, off and on for about a year and a half. But I'm not very good at speaking Korean. I got this country loss of memory kind of thing going on. So I have this little twang when I speak Korean. And sometimes I don't even understand myself, and I don't even think anybody else understands me either when I attempt to speak Korean. But nonetheless, I'm still trying.
Where are you from? From back home?
Well, I am from Florida, Pensacola, Florida. I live in North Carolina, Fayetteville.
Oh, so now you're from the Ville.
Yes.
From the Ville.
I am from the Ville.
So, every time I go home, I'm trying to think if it's you I've spoken with before about the Ville. I think, I'm from the Ville too.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know Fayetteville very well. Very well. So,
yeah,
that accent.
Yeah, the accent. I am a Southern girl. So that accent comes in very clearly, which makes it a little bit hard to speak other languages, I think. But I am still trying. and I do know a little bit. And like the other individual that was speaking, I watch a lot of dramas, and that has helped me out a little bit.
Good, good, good. I do understand how you feel, just because I'm watching Jinson's face as she listens to you. This is a good example of a Southern accent. This is a beautiful
Yeah.
example of Southern accent here.
Mike is saying this because he knows how much of an avid lover I am with accents, and I always want Mike to show me more Southern accents, but you know he sometimes shies out. But I love your accent, Melinda, and it's so attractive.
감사합니다.
Oh, 감사합니다.
So since I kind of understand the area you're from, well, first of all, do you have a question? Because I have some advice that might help you, because it helped me when I was there.
Well, no specific question, but I'm just here to pick up as much as I can, because I can understand more Korean than I can speak. And I don't know if anybody else is like me. Like if someone is speaking Korean, of course, Korean is spoken very fast, especially by by a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
And so I'll pick up certain words in the conversation because the conversation is moving so fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just learning as much as I can.
Any advice, Jinson, on like, I guess, working on your speaking? From what you know, just being a language learner yourself as well.
Yeah, as a language learner and also as a language teacher, I just want to assure you that input comes before output. So it's only natural that you feel more comfortable listening and picking up words than to be putting out words and like saying sentences and whatnot. But I think baby steps is really a good mindset, where don't stress out and try to form sentences if you're not comfortable. Just spit out words, and then once you're more comfortable, you can combine them and make sentences. And it doesn't really have to make sense in the beginning. So I think trying to just be brave and putting words out there, I think, is a great start.
Yeah, and then I would also say, and this is more just like places, I don't know if you take like lessons in person, and I don't know how things are back home as far as dealing with COVID, but I do know that when I was there, some Korean churches actually provide Korean lessons on Saturdays, even there. And so I was taking Korean lessons. Now I was sitting with some middle school kids, but I was getting like every Saturday for like 3 hours, I was getting Korean instruction. And I had a big either textbook, or I had like a thick pamphlet of like handouts. And like we at one point were like singing Korean, and then we would get like it was pretty legit. So like that's kind of how I got my start in learning Korean, and I did it all in the Ville. So,
yes, I saw the pamphlets for the church that teaches.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that, but my schedule has been a little busy because I'm back and forth here in Florida with my mom. But I would definitely look into that. And I have thought about it before, but I was like, oh, maybe I'm not as advanced. Yeah.
Nah, you keep up the good work, and let me know if you have any more like questions or whatever, especially being from there. Let me know.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, thank you for coming. We appreciate having you on.
Nice meeting you, Melinda.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so that was Melinda. Melinda is I should have asked Melinda to try her Korean. I completely forgot to ask her to do some. Oh wait, is she still here? Hold on for a second. Hey Melinda, you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you say like one or two things in Korean?
네. 안녕하세요. Melinda입니다.
Hey, that's good.
That was awesome.
Thank you, Melinda. We'll catch you later, okay?
Thank you. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Wow, so nice of me. Just chatting with people. I see you guys so many times in the chat or on videos and everything. So it's nice to actually like, see you or like hear your voices, right? So we have another person who's Actually, she's been on the channel before, one time before, so it's nice to see her back. We got Yashashri. Yashashri's here. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. What is up,
Nice to
Yashashri?
see you.
How you
I
been?
came from my phone today, so you can actually see me better than last time.
Yeah, we see you really well. Is your phone like this?
Yeah, it's my phone. Like, should I do it this way?
Can you do it like this?
Sure. Let me see.
There we go.
How's that? Okay.
There we go. That's even
There we
better.
go.
Hey, how you been?
Hi, Yashashri.
Hi, nice to meet you. Jinson, right?
Nice to meet you. Yes. I feel like I know you because I watched the video. So I feel like I'm meeting an old friend. But obviously you don't know me because you haven't seen me. Hi.
Yeah, how have you been? How's things in the
All
astrophysics
right,
world?
all right. Yeah, just going on. Everything about work. It's pretty much work all the time.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
as usual.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny when I looked down and I saw your name in here. I was like, Yashashri speaks really good Korean. Like I think she's better. I think she's
Just a
better
little
than
bit.
me. Like,
Oh
you're
no,
better
no,
than-
no! I'm not. I don't think so. I mean, I haven't really been like practicing Korean as much. I mean, well, of course, I've been living here for the past year and a half. So, I have been living in Korea, so I am tuning in from Korea right now. So, been here for about a year and a half now. So, I've definitely practiced a lot more while I am here because you literally have to use it in your everyday life.
Right,
So
right.
it's definitely gotten much better than before. But I haven't actually had any formal training in Korean. So sometimes I get a little bit nervous about how I'm using my grammatical
Yeah.
structures because the way I kind of learned Korean was very organic from
Yeah.
watching Korean dramas for a decade. So it's
Yeah.
like just absorbing everything. And like in the beginning, I used to pay more attention to the subtitles and be like, oh, okay, that's what that meant. That's what that meant. And then over time, it went the other way. Like I started looking at subtitles only when there was some word that I didn't know, or like I started focusing more on the language than I was on the subtitles. So
Right,
that
right.
kind of helped me learn.
Okay, so I'm glad you, at least you have some kind of like some kind of progression, some kind of like method to it. Questions. Do you by chance have a question for Jinson?
I do have a question.
Okay.
So now that I've been here in Korea for about a year and a half, I've like seen people talk in Korean, obviously, around here in various different contexts. So the one thing that sometimes trips me up is about using Korean in formal settings, like job settings, for instance, and the different levels of formality that are used. So for instance, like on news channels, we see the imnida, and it's like all the da da da. But then sometimes in group settings, like in our group meetings, sometimes it's like nika. So like the endings with that. So sometimes I get confused about which one would be better to use, or just the yo endings sometimes is used. So it's kind of confusing which one is better in which situation.
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. So yes, Korea has different levels of formalities, and I would say tanaka is like a set. So tanaka is, you can think of it as a group, and it's like the utmost formal setting. So if, for example, a news person was talking to another guest, he would be talking in tanaka, so which means that he would end his sentences in ta or na or ka. So it would be like instead of 안녕하세요, he would say 안녕하십니까. And that would be considered the most formal. But we usually say that in a very, very formal space. So if you were talking to a senior at a job place, depending on the situation, it might be a little bit too much. So it's quite tricky. I know that in the army, they use tanaka because they're really strict about being formal, like hierarchy and everything. So I hope that answers your question a little bit.
I thought you guys were like talking about Japanese, because this is like tanaka.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, thank you. That does really answer my question.
Nice. Thank you for the question, Yashashri. Do you wanna try a little Korean?
Sure.
Say something?
저는 오늘 노들솜 갔다 왔어요. 아까 그 스타트업 드라마 말했잖아요. 그냥 우연히 노들솜 갔다 왔어요. 그
노들섬
분위기 너무 변해요. 사람 거의
많아요?
없었어요. 아니요. 오늘 너무 추워서 사람 거의 없었어요.
맞아요. 엄청 추웠어요.
네, 맞아요. 바람이 너무 세서 너무 추웠어요. 그래서 이것도 챙겨왔어요.
잘하셨어요. Wow, your Korean is so good. 한국말 진짜 잘해요.
감사합니다.
앞으로.
그래도 아직 더 해야 돼요. 연습.
Wow. Yeah, I tell you, you're really good. I got a lot of practicing to do. I have so much practicing
Thank
to
you.
do. No, thank you, and thanks for coming, Yashashri. We always appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Yeah.
Bye.
Catch you later.
안녕히 계세요.
Bye. 안녕히 가세요.
Wow. Yeah, I tell you, I got a lot of practicing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I knew when she came, I was like, oh, here it goes.
Your Korean's good too.
I got a lot of practicing to do. Dang it. Thanks, Yashashri, for making me feel bad a little bit. So we got Brad up waiting for us. I'm gonna add Brad up in here. Just really quick before we do, guys, just make sure also if you're not already following me on Twitch, make sure you follow me on Twitch. And if you don't mind, Elijah, you can drop in my Twitch link. I would be really appreciative. So we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And with no further ado, let me stop talking to Brad's like I've been waiting here, man, for like a minute. Let me add me in. We're gonna add Brad. What up, man?
Well, that's good. You guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we hear you. We hear you just fine. What's up?
Cool. Yeah, 안녕하세요. 잘 지냈습니까? 저는
안녕하세요.
Brad입니다. 만나 반가워요.
오, 잘해요.
와.
저는 미국에서 왔어요. 시애틀에서 살아요. 여기 한국 사람 많이 살지. 또 오늘은 하루하루 반드시 연습 줄게요.
우와.
한국말.
어,
네.
와.
내일 전에 통역사였어요. 공항에서 했어요. 한국말로. 맞아. 야, 세관에서 인터컴으로. 야, 이렇게 사람도 퍼졌어.
네.
진짜 잘해요.
진짜 잘하신다.
감사합니다.
얼마나 언제부터 공부했어요?
10년 공부해요.
Oh wow, dude, it's really good.
Yeah.
다시 보여주세요. 모자.
나도
모자 다시 보여주세요. Can you show your
모자
hat
한
one more
번만
time?
보여주세요.
Yeah. 그쵸.
She has a thing for Hello Kitty.
I don't know if I
진짜?
have anything to show you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna put all your business out in the street, Jinson, about Hello Kitty, but she's just.
No, I'm proud Hello Kitty fan.
I saw this at the gas station. I was just like, have to buy it. So
Oh my gosh.
했어, you know.
Yeah.
Good purchase.
Question, Brad, how often do you study? Like, let's say in a week, how often do you study?
요즘 공부 필요 없어요. 사람들 함께 말해줘.
그렇군요.
Yeah. 요즘 난 괜찮아. 내 일 전에, you know, I was professionally used it for employment. Right? So at this point, I just need to do things like this and jump and be brave, and put myself out in the world, and you know.
That's it, man. I'm telling you, like.
함께. Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All the people that I've ever seen that have been like really amazing, they're the ones who really kind of just threw themselves out there. And like, and you know, it's gonna be full of failure. Like you're gonna fail like all the time, but you're gonna right? You're gonna fail all the time, but you'll reach success before everybody else who didn't do that would, right?
Yeah.
And that's the difference.
There's this one time at the airport, like I was over there just tipping bags, right? Just like manual labor. And so this one time there was like all the Korean flights, they come in at the same time from Asiana, from Korean Air, and from Delta, right? So a couple passengers, they were at a different carousel looking for their bags because they all say Seoul Incheon, right? So I went over and I like read the thing, you know, they had their names there. I was like, so and so, you know, come meet here. Just simple something like that. And I was so scared to do that like that. Just because like it was my first time, you know, like on the intercom over there, like, you know, in front of everybody, you know, but I did it. And that was the beginning of my career in the airport as a Korean speaker. Jumping into the batting cage like that, just over and over, you know.
Yes.
Can I ask a question after you?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I don't have any question. Go for it.
Yeah. So I used to be a flight attendant, and I'm just really curious. Are you expected to speak Korean? Because I have never seen anyone that works in customs or anyone like at immigrations that really just tries that hard to speak Korean to Korean like passengers or incomers. So I'm wondering if you're doing it voluntarily, because that's, you know, so cool.
It was voluntary. I didn't have to. Yeah. Because I had already been studying for so long, you know. I mean, not like so long, but like I grew up here in K-Town. I live in Koreatown, you know. So like growing up in the neighborhood, we play Maple Story and such, right? You know. And all the updates and everything these days, they're like Korean first, and like all the patch notes, they're in Hangul.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like I went so far out of my way. It just is part of the culture that I grew up with, right? And so, yeah, I did it, and voluntarily, just because I feel connected to the culture, you can say. And I saw a need, and I could fulfill it, and I did. You know.
I relate to you a lot, because for me, like when I was in high school, I went to one guy sat next to in chemistry, like Korean American guy, he got me to go with him to like Taekwondo class. And so that I started doing Taekwondo with him, and then he was like, "Yo, you want to go to my church?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like this is Augusta, Georgia, right? And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go to church with you." So then like I started hanging out at this Korean American church at the age of like 17. But then like I stayed there, and I got a chance to like be a part of the Korean American community. And it feels different. It feels different, like, you know,
a little bit
being like Black inside a Korean American community, but you're still in America, but it's almost like you're in a whole different world within your own world. And it's nice. I really liked it.
Because for me, I believe there's this thing with like duality, right? Like if you work out with like a 10-pound weight, then you're gonna gain only so much. If you like a 50-pound, you'll gain even more, right? So like if you go into a place like that and people, they're closed off to you, you seem so different, right? And you're able to so far come and connect with them on their cultural and on their lingual level, then you'll only gain that much more honor in the end for having to overcome that big of a gap.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. There. Right? It was awesome meeting you, dude. Like how long have you been following? Have you been following? Are you following me? How long have you been following me on YouTube?
Yeah. A couple months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, what is your YouTube name? Just so I can be like.
Yeah. My YouTube is Red Ninja. I am a polyglot. You know me.
Yeah, I know you now. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I put a face. Now I can put a face with the name. Okay, now I put a face with the name. All right, what's up, man? Yeah, glad you can make it tonight, bro. I appreciate it.
What's good, man?
Very much, bro.
You guys. Nice to see you
good.
guys.
It's good to see you, bro. Finally making out and everything. I really do appreciate you coming by, dropping some Hangul on us, dropping some Hanguka and everything.
You guys want to hear a rap right quick?
Go ahead. You got nobody in the queue. Yeah, hit us with that. Hit us with the bars.
I'm a Peter. Yeah, get him 10 Manila and how you like it. No, next time. I messed up. Okay,
No.
see you later.
That was good. It's just the mic was breaking up, so I couldn't hear you.
No, so it was good. So like we only heard part of it just because at that split second the mic messed up. So we saw your head move, but that was it. But no, go for it again.
Oh no, I'm just trying to show off now. I should be humble.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with showing off, man. By the way, because Elijah popped up your YouTube channel, so we go ahead and we'll pop that up on the screen. So this is Brad's channel right here, y'all. So go show Brad some love. So whenever you want to come back, if you want to rap again, rap for us. If you want to do it now, do it now. But either way, we'll definitely see you again.
I'll see you next time. I'll make time for other people.
Thanks for coming by, brother. I'll see you in the Discord and everything else.
Cool. Yep.
Later, mate. Wow.
Cool.
I know. I'm just so. It's always impressive to see just everybody else's journey in the language. So everybody else's journey is just so inspiring. Like for me, especially just because like living in Korea, like you would think that you would like want to speak the language like all the time, and you would want to like. I mean, I'm sure like living in Australia, you'll want to speak English all the time, but then after a while you start to feel kind of worn out and tired, and you just want to run away and speak your own language. And so it's good to kind of like hear that and be like, okay, there is hope. I can keep going.
Yeah, and I think it's great motivation for all of you guys, for each other.
I'm trying to see if we have anybody else coming in. It doesn't seem like we have anybody else in the queue. What time? Actually, no, I think. Did we already get Marcus in here? Oh, no, we got somebody. Oh, we have someone. All right, we're going to add someone in. Hello, Bon. I'm going to add you in right now. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Sorry about that. We kind of just surprised you. What's up?
Yeah. I am not really good at technology stuff, so I was like, I don't know what the Discord has to do with this, but I went and like downloaded Discord and anyways. Hi.
What's up? May I have ask you a question? Is your phone like this right now? There we go. Now we have you on widescreen. And at the same time, we might have lost your audio. Oh no, we lost your audio. Here.
Mike,
here.
what have you done?
I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry. I should not request that. Okay, so we're gonna try something. Flip it back, and if your audio comes back, then I can change our picture arrangement. I'm sorry. I messed it up. I messed it all up.
No, Bon.
Okay. Mama, what I can do, I can remove you, and then you try to come back in, and then hopefully your sound will be fixed. Okay? All right, I'm going to remove you. There you go. Let's see if we can add you back to the stream, and then your audio's okay. Can we hear you? That's it. Oh, no, we can't. If you look at the bottom of the screen, okay. Okay, so Bama's going to come out, and then she's going to go, she's going to come back. And Jinson, please let me know when you have to run.
I'm having a lot of fun, so I might just, keep going. If that's okay.
I think we hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yay!
We hear you. Yeah, what's up?
Not much. I think it's really cool that you guys are doing this. I have been home for like a full year, so I don't leave and I can't practice anywhere. I used to practice at the grocery store that's like down the street, but I don't even go get groceries anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The pandemic kind of changed a lot of things that we had going on, and
네, 맞아요.
quick. So how long you been studying Korean now?
Consistently since December. But I, like most people who have come into the live, will you sorry if you can hear my baby in the background. One second.
No worries. Take care of this.
Oh.
I know. No worries. Hello to everybody in the chat, by the way.
Oh, my heart.
So, like most people who came in to the live, I acquired a lot of Korean from dramas, and I realized last year that although I had acquired a lot and I could speak, and put together certain sentences and whatnot, I skipped over a lot of that like important core stuff. I skipped over my colors, numbers, Yeah. And so I made a point to like start from ground zero in December. And I feel like my Korean has improved a lot. Like I kind of I'm working on the missing link or whatever. How I don't know how to what the saying is, but yeah.
I so get it. Hello. So I think.
Go, Mike.
Okay, I think for me, I know, especially like depending on like if you let's say start studying from a textbook, like I feel with certain things like that, for as an adult, you look in a book, they don't teach you things like here are your colors. Here are these different types of bugs. These are these different types of animals. Like, that's kind of like what you would normally see in a children's book. Like for adults, it's like, we're going to teach you this hardcore grammar. Like grammar, you learn like bank terms, or you learn like, oh, I'm feeling sick. What are some words to help you, whatever the doctor, right? And so I've definitely felt that. And something that I've done before to kind of help remedy it, in a sense, but it's a crapshoot, is I would read. And typically what, like at my level, I would say, here, let me get out something. So this is something that's actually more of my level, but it doesn't mean that like I read it perfectly. So this is the Chronicles of Narnia, and it's one of my favorite books. And it helps that, and I have the whole anthology, and it helps that I've watched the movies and I've read the book in English. So then in reading the book in Korean, it kind of like, I already know where the story's going. So I pay more attention to the vocabulary and to the grammar, and I kind of can pick up on more things. But something that you could do also is maybe look at children's books. And in looking at children's books, you'll probably pick up also like some of the basic vocabulary that we typically would learn as children, but as adults, we end up skipping over it. So that's just something that like has helped me, is reading.
I try to read like news articles and whatnot in Korean, and I've also since taking my learning more seriously have changed my subtitles to Korean. So and I try to make it a point to journal every day in Korean. That forces me to like think about what happened that day and like how I would say that in Korean. Even if it's something small, like let me see, what did I write? Yesterday I wrote 나는 오늘 매우 Gail. I can't read my own handwriting. Never mind.
It happens. It
happens. Something about. Oh, I didn't want to do anything all day. 아무것도 하고 싶지 않아요. Oh, stop. She's dropping crumbs all over me. But yeah, I try to make it a point to do that every day, and I feel like I don't see that a lot. And I got the suggestion from someone else, and I feel like more people should try that because it makes it more relevant to you, and you learn things that are very relevant to your everyday life. I mean, yeah, sure, we have a lot of shared experiences as humans, but not everyone experiences the same things every day. So
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip because obviously, as you said, we have our own pool of vocabulary that we often use than others. So instead of going for a general vocab book, forming your own vocab book per se would actually really help. I know one of my friends, Stephen, he always journals, and then he would get it checked up by a lot of his Korean friends, and then he would even memorize it. He would just memorize the whole blurb that he's written, and then he feels that all the words that he's written are now his. Yeah.
He does all that?
Yeah, he does that. I don't know how often he does that.
Dang, I didn't know that. I'm to throw it or something. Just mess with him. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Something you said earlier, you said you watch dramas and stuff like that, right? Well, we might have lost your audio again. Oh no. Did I push something? No. Well, or it could be. Well, this is here. Let me show you something. Actually, let me remove you really quick and see if I can bring you back in. One second. No, okay, it's still gone. But I love those technical issues. I do want to show you something though. It's right. Let me get this right. It is right here. And a good friend of mine who actually tutors me in Korean, she suggested this. So Netflix multi-subs is an extension on Chrome. When you download this, it actually shows both. It shows you both subtitles, two different subtitles together. So you can have your English and you can have your Korean layered on top of each other. So instead of having to flip back and forth, you can actually compare the sentence right then and there. So this might be something that might be beneficial for you, maybe beneficial for all you guys who are trying to learn language. I would definitely recommend it to you. So I hope that helps a little bit. So yeah, you're welcome. I'm reading your lips because I can't hear you, but I'm reading your lips. No, you're very welcome. So thank you. I see you're on mommy duty. So she's so cute. Thank you for coming.
Nice meeting you, Bonbon.
Nice meeting you for sure. Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute.
I know.
So yeah, I've noticed. I'm trying to think, who did I learn that from? I was from Eugen. So she taught me to use that app, and I haven't had a chance to use just because I'm always playing Netflix on my TV, on my PlayStation. But it's a good idea for those who use Netflix on their computer. Definitely use that Google extension. That way you can at least be able to compare both languages, and I feel like that will also help you, especially for those who love watching dramas. So do we have anyone else coming in? It's already 10:25. We'll wait for at least another minute, see if we get somebody else in here. I see Janae's up in here. Oh, we got the king. I was I know he would try to get in here. But I knew it was just a matter of time. You see how I gave you some extra time, right? So now, guys, we're about to have the king is jumping in. What up, man? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Welcome back to the stream, brother.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to do it on camera, but I mean, hey.
It's good seeing you. Of course, you don't have to turn your camera on, but we want to see you anyway. So
I mean, it's too late. Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm currently at work, but I had to make my appearance. You know. I'm good though. How you guys doing?
How you doing, Jinson?
Good. Nice to meet you, the King DJ.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I'm just chilling as usual. Just chilling. And everything on a Thursday. Oh, it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday. See, I wish it was Thursday. God, I wish it was Thursday night. On a Wednesday night.
I wish it was Friday.
Right? Tell me about it, right? Right?
Yeah, that's my off time right there.
So are you studying Korean?
Off and on. It's pretty difficult with, my job and then being in Japan, having to kind of sort of learn the language over here, because if I'm not on base, then most of the people, this is kind of like the country area, South Japan's Nagasaki. So not a lot of Japanese people speak English here. So it's good to know a little bit of Japanese just to get around.
Yeah.
So with me learning Japanese and then on top of that, trying to learn Korean, it's kind of difficult. So, but I mean, I do try to do it on my off time if I'm not studying for work. So I have my notepad in my book bag over here. Yeah. So whenever I decide to bring it out, I do.
I feel you. I feel you, because I know for me, I don't know. Do you speak a third language?
No, I don't. So this is all just great motivation for me.
Yeah, I would say for me, my second language is Japanese, right? And my third language is Korean. And so whenever I study Korean, there is no way possible for me to keep in that Japanese in my head, because both languages are very similar.
Yeah.
Very different, but also somewhat similar, right? And especially like some of their word stems and like their roots as well. I end up mixing a lot of it up. And so I end up losing a lot of my Japanese when I get better at Korean. But whenever I could go to Japan, I would start studying back up again on Japanese, because I know I'll use it for sure. Oh, yeah. And then that's when it'll start to kind of flow back in my head. And then like I'll get to Japan. Typically I go hang out in Nagoya. So like Nagoya or Osaka. And then like it comes back and I was like, oh yeah, I can say this. Oh yeah, I can say this. And so like that. So I feel you.
I liked Roppongi in Tokyo.
Yeah. You've been to Tokyo, right?
I haven't actually. I've only been to Cuba. Yeah.
So I've heard that Roppongi Hills is very similar to Itaewon. It's like Japan's Itaewon. Tons of foreigners, like foreign restaurants and business like that. So King, whenever you come through Korea, then you got to go to Itaewon. You got to go to Itaewon. You'll be like, oh, it's Roppongi again, all over again.
I mean, we talked about it before. I'm starting to find my love with Osaka now. So just going there enough, I'm starting to actually like that better, because I'm trying to find areas that's not around foreign people, so that it's easier to learn the language. It's kind of forcing yourself to pick up on stuff, because like not everybody's going to be able to speak that language. So, I mean,
I feel you.
And then like eventually I'll be able to come to Korea. I mean, it's the whole COVID thing. So
yeah. Like I feel you. Like I know for me, like I have tons of English speaking friends, and I also have like a lot of Korean speaking friends, right? And I have a lot of Korean speaking friends who speak English really well. Like Exhibit A. Wait, hold on. Right here. Right.
I could just do this.
And so like all the time, like it I never really get a chance to speak Korean and everything. And so it's only when like I'll go to jujitsu and then like, I'll have to speak Korean because most people there speak Korean. I want to fit in with everybody else. I want to be a part of the team, because if I only speak English, then I feel like I'll always be on the outside.
Yeah.
When I start speaking Korean, then I can kind of join in for some of the laughs, or like I can kind of like just be present with the team, be present with the people. So yeah, I feel you. It's really important to, to grasp that language, or else you're always going to feel like you're on the outside.
Oh yeah. And like for me, like I grew up loving like anime growing up, and like it was always a dream for me to come to Japan. Now I've lived here for like 4 years. So, and if it wasn't for Japan, I would have never even thought about Korea. But like I'm very big into traveling, and I was in Okinawa for the first 3 years, and that's when I started hearing about K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into K-pop, I was like, oh, the language I started loving it, kind of like the Japanese language, because I just like the accent and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, I do love martial art movies. Let me get into see what kind of like Korean martial art is. And then somehow I ended up stumbling upon Kingdom and was it Parasite, Busan, Train to Busan, and like other Japanese Korean movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I have like this laundry list of stuff that I still have to watch because it's just so much that I'm like catching up on. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's fun.
That's where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts.
And it helps since I'm not around Korean people. Like, you know, not being around it, you know, you lose it. So just listen to the music, watching the movies, it helps a lot.
What were you about to say, Jinson?
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me of a conversation I had with a parent a few weeks ago, actually. She had a son who was half Korean, half American. So she was Korean, but she speaks English to her husband. And she only speaks Korean with her child, but she was saying he doesn't speak back to her in Korean, even though he can speak it. And she was asking me, like, what can she do? And I remember saying he needs to go to a place that he needs to speak Korean, like where Korean is a must, where it's not an option, you know? And I think adults are the same. Like it's not just for kids. Like we won't be pushed to speak Korean or Japanese or third language unless we need to do it. So I think your strategy is really good, actually.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I even moved when I moved off base. I was like, well, I don't want to live around the base because, like, for one, it's like too many. Like, I'm around too many Americans, so it's not really forcing me to learn Japanese. So, like, where I live at, it's like literally maybe about a few American people that live within the apartment that I live in, but I don't really see them as much. I usually just see the people living in the area. So it's like I'm not going to just force them to like listen to me speak English, you know. So I'm just going to speak Japanese as much as I can. So, and that's my goal when I move to Korea, like, is to pretty much force myself. Like, I don't want to live within the city or whatever. I want to live like in the outskirts, closer to like the train systems, but not within the city to where it's like, oh, well, most likely they speak English, so they're not going to want to. I don't know how it is in Korea, but a lot of Japanese people are kind of nervous to use English because they don't want to mess up. But I feel like Korean people are more. They have like more courage to use English. I feel like maybe. I'm not really sure, but I feel like that might be the case because I have talked to some military people that live in Korea because of them being stationed there. So they say you guys are very strong-willed people compared to Japanese, I feel.
Like, isn't it actually the opposite with Koreans, where like Koreans won't speak Korean to you just because you look for like a foreigner?
Yeah, it's the exact opposite from what I feel. Like I think you're correct. You're right, King, because I feel that they would only want to speak English, but then like I'll speak Korean. And then like they'll be like, no, I'm going to speak English. I'm like, no, I'm going to speak Korean, and we'll go back and forth. We'll get we'll talk. Like obviously we understand each other, but like I'm like, man, they do not want to speak to me in Korean. But I'm thinking also because maybe with like, I can't remember who I heard this from, but it's like maybe the fact that they learn English for so long, and it's like a second language, right? So then for them to not like, I guess they feel like they have to use it. Part of which, and I heard it from someone else, so I don't know how true it is, but like part of which apparently like is to like not to inconvenience me, but like to help me. But then like I guess also just, and this one probably is also more likely true, that they don't really get a chance to encounter foreigners who can actually have discourse in Korean. I think that, so that's why I think it's just unusual for them.
Yeah.
It's funny because in Japan, like I feel like, you know, like Tokyo and Osaka, where foreigners are normally at, they still kind of sort of refuse to use English because of just nerves, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel you. Yo, King, thanks for coming through, bro. You know we're gonna get you on another time too.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to whenever you can get here. Whenever you can get here.
I was like, I like ran away from my partner and everything. I was like, let me creep up in this building real quick.
Well, we gonna hang out whenever you come through.
Oh, definitely.
For sure. You take care of yourself, brother.
You guys have a good one.
You too.
Nice meeting you too. Have a good night.
Thank you. Later. Oh, sorry, can't even cut you. Yeah. Interesting people, right?
Yeah, interesting conversations.
Yeah. So I see we have Rohit is up. Just chilling in the stream. So again, like I said, whenever you need to. What's up, man?
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you very well.
Okay. I'd like to say hello to everyone.
Yeah.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
And I want to ask like that I'm not able to get time to learn Korean. Basically, I have that problem now. So how can I make time? Like I have to go, I have part-time job now. I have to go early in the morning and I come at very late at 6 or 7 p.m.
How do you commute, Rohit, like to work and back? Are you in like a car or somewhere you can listen to music?
I usually go. I go by bicycle.
Okay. So it won't be safe to have earphones on or anything. Yeah, because usually a lot of the time, commuting time is a really special time where you can, listen to a different language.
I use my bicycle because that I have to change my vehicle 2 to 3 times. Like that's why I have to take my cycle. That's why.
Cool.
Yeah, I was thinking like during that time that you would commute. For me, like I was using Talk to Me in Korean. They have an app on the phone. So I don't know, you're not gonna be able to see it that well, but it's kind of like it's blurry. But anyway,
I think I have communication problem. Can I call you back? Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay, I think he has a phone call. Go and get a good connection. Okay, bye.
Okay.
I can't hear clearly your voice.
Okay, no worries.
That's the problem.
Okay, no worries. We'll
Aww.
That connection.
Hope he comes back.
Yeah, so I was
a tricky one.
It is, especially when you don't have time. I was thinking, for me, I remember like, let's say I was like traveling to Seoul or something, I would actually listen to Talk to Me in Korean. They have like a conversation part of their app. And I would just listen to them talking. And so I would kind of like, I would sit there, kind of just move my lips and just kind of practice kind of mimicking their speech patterns, but then also just kind of working on my listening and everything.
Yeah, same with me. As opposed to my conversational English, my academic English or like work English is not as good. So I used to listen to a lot of educational podcasts while I was driving to work, and you learn the lingo, and things like that.
Yeah, it's really important to like utilize kind of like every second you can get.
Yeah.
Right. So I think we have go. And if you, I think you look like you need to go. You need to run.
No, I'm good. I'm good actually.
I saw you do. Like,
no. I was just thinking if there are any other tricks. That's just me when I think for ideas.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we have. I think Marcus is waiting. Let's see. So he'll join us at some point. Yeah. Ready to go ahead and give him the link. Actually, no, I'll give him the link. Let me see what my thing is. We'll go ahead and drop him in. If I can get to him. Marcus. There you go. Marcus, if you're still listening to us, come on in. I just sent you the link, good sir. And we'll get him to come back. Yeah. I realized I have not studied since when they finally let us go back in cafes. That's the last time I studied.
Oh yeah, that hasn't been that long. Like last week.
Yeah, I mean it was last week, and then I'm constantly listening to Korean people talk, and then I'm having to like speak, but like there's like an active learning and there's like a passive learning. I think I'm kind of passively learning right now. Where's the camera? I'm passively learning right now, and so I'm just I'm not really looking for words. I'm not really looking for like anything, I don't know, special to improve my language. It's something that I should do, but I feel like I just don't have the brain space for it to really. So like that happens, guys. Sometimes you get in ruts where you just like, you're not really picking up anything. So as we wait for the next person to drop in, what language would you learn if you could learn a third language?
So for me,
you seem like you'd be a French speaker or something.
Yeah, I mean, I love the sound of French, but I also love the sound of Japanese. And I also think that like because Japanese has so many similarities to Korean, like why not learn Korean? Why not learn Japanese? Since it sounds so cool and nice anyway.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, I've never really, because I've learned English through living in the country when I was little. I've never really had to sit down and like learn a new language. So I really don't know where to start. So I actually share the same, concerns or even worse than everyone here. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and for learning Korean, like what's it Korean? No, Japanese. Like I always thought it was really interesting how in the language courses in college, I was like in level 3 out of 5, I think. And I remember one Korean guy and like a few Chinese students. We knew they were always in the top level, the Korean students and the Chinese students. And I was talking to him. He's such a cool guy. I need to message him. And I was like, dude, how long have you been studying? He's like, about a year and a half. I was like, you were in the top level course and you've been studying a year and a half? He's like, yeah. But at the same time, he was like, yeah, because also I'm Korean. So like language wise, it's because it's a similar language family. He was able to pick it up faster. And I guess it's just like English speakers learning Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll learn it so much faster. And so I think we have someone in the stream. So we have a few people in the stream. All right. So we're gonna add Jacob, we're gonna add you first. Come talk to us. And just because also it's getting later and later, I may just have to cut our chat times just a little bit shorter, if that's okay with you guys. Hey, Jacob.
Hello.
Hi, Jacob.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. How long have you been studying Korean?
Just for a couple months now. I finally made the decision to jump in and learn it, even though it was like the scariest decision I've ever made.
Yeah, language learning is not an easy thing to do. It's hard. I
feel
You know, like I was telling my girlfriend, like, as like when I was in high school and college, I wanted to study abroad, but circumstances came against that. But I kind of told her, like, I still want to go visit. I still want to maybe stay there for like a month or two, and for me to get the most experience for it, I want to learn the language, because I don't want to obviously walk around with your head cut off, not knowing what's going on.
Exactly.
So there is this app on my phone that kind of teaches you how to speak it, and then like the final quote unquote quiz is having it in a conversation. So I've been learning that, and then I've been learning the alphabet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been on between like work and my technical college work. So it's been slow but steady.
Slow but steady, but you're moving.
Exactly.
You're moving. That's what matters. That's nice.
Also, sorry for my morning voice. I literally woke up 15 minutes ago.
No. I mean, too, right? You woke up 15 minutes ago and you're jumping straight into the stream. I'm glad to see you here. For sure. What are you using to study?
It's since I am self-learning, I don't really know what material. So I found this group on Facebook for Korean learners. And this guy has like a thread of posts with lessons of like basic consonants, basic vowels, how to put them in syllables. So I've been doing one lesson of those like a week.
Yeah.
For practice.
Nice.
I think that's a really good start, like to learn the alphabet, because it'll accelerate your learning process. You'll pick up words way quicker and definitely accelerate your language learning. So yeah, I think you're in for a good start.
I think so too. And like something that I'm doing, because I'm also self-study right now, just because like I want to do a university course, but then I ask myself, why would I ever want to do that to myself? Like just like why? So right now I'm just kind of like trying to find some time, and I think as it gets closer to summer, I think I'll be able to dedicate that time a lot more, just because I'm a teacher, so I get the summer, and then I'll be able to do it every day. But here's something that may help you. At least it's I find it, if you can stick to it, it benefits you a lot. And that's, let me share my screen really quickly. I feel so like a teacher. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
I say that so much during the day. All right, so like here's Talk to Me in Korean, right? And I always talk to them. I really need to have Hyunwoo or like Seokjin on on our YouTube channel, just because I talk about them so much. But anyway, I digress. So here's like their lesson, right? And you can go to like lesson 1. Let me see if I can go back to lesson 1. Lesson 1. In lesson 1, okay, whatever. So something that I do typically, something that I do is I'll go through a lesson, listen to the dialogue, look at the grammar, and then I will take out my notebook, right? And then open my notebook, and I would try to create at least 3 to 5 sentences using the grammar that they have on there. And I'm telling you, it could be time consuming. So for example, matter of fact, here, I finally got it back up. It could be time consuming. So let's look at level 1, and then you can kind of get an idea of like what you can do. That would help. So level 1. There you go. Let's look at, I mean, if you were to start from lesson 1, why not, right? Go ahead, load anytime you're ready, computer. There you go.
I know those computers.
Oh my Lord. Take a minute. So you can listen to their lesson here, and then they introduce some phrases to you and everything. So what I would do for like my grammar or sentences, I'll take whatever sentences and grammar that they give, and I would be like, okay, so I need to practice saying 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. So then I'll say like 안녕하세요. 저는, like if you know how to introduce yourself, 저는 Michael입니다, right? And then I'll try to think of another sentence with me saying 안녕하세요, which I guess there's only so many sentences you can really say 안녕하세요. But like, if you look here at like, it says lesson 6, what is this? This is 이거 뭐예요? Like, you can say like, I don't know, 이거 뭐예요? Or like, 핸드폰 뭐예요? Like, there's so many different ways you can kind of match your sentence, but in doing that, it'll stick to your brain. It'll stick to your working memory. So, make a long story short, have a notebook and make sentences.
Gotcha. And it's Talk to Me Korean.
That's Talk to Me in Korean. Highly recommend them. They're really good people. Just because I've met them, known them, and everything. And also, to join their language center is free. And then they have a premium version, but their premium version has like a bunch of other lessons for you to learn that are actually pretty solid too.
Gotcha.
So hope that helps. Hope that helps you, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, you too. You too. Take care. Take care.
Good to see you, Jacob.
Good to see you too.
I apologize to Jacob just because at one point I was listening to myself talk and I was like, you really need to shut up. Like you talking too much tonight. I was like, dang, what? Why? I'm running out of air. So
I think I heard him take notes if I didn't hear wrong. So I think hopefully it was helpful.
I hope so, because I was like, man, at this point I just feel like I'm just listening to myself talk. And they typically talk to me in Korean for those who are curious. I see Paul it says the premium version isn't expensive at all. Sometimes they'll do like specials and they'll drop down their premium version. Like I bought it for like $30 some online, and I have access for a full year, so it's nice and everything. No, they can't because the camera's right here. I'm doing a live stream. You know why whisper? Just talk.
Hi, Rose.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Bye, Jinson.
Bye, Rose.
Yeah, our resident Korean.
A lot of people talking to you.
There are 41 people in the chat, and everybody say hey Rose, and Rose, we see and hear you.
Oh, I didn't have to whisper.
No, you don't have to whisper. There's no point. It's okay.
They love you.
Hi.
And you guys. Thank you, Rose. So I'm trying to get all these in before Jinson starts nodding off and she needs to go to sleep. And I'll go ahead and add in the man, the king of France himself. We got Aurel. What's up, Aurel?
Hey, hi everybody. Hi, Mike. Long time no see. Can you hear me? Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we hear you really well. What's up, bro?
Oh, okay. What up? Jinson, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Aurel.
Yay. So I don't really have any question, actually. I was just watching the stream and just wanted to talk quickly.
Yeah. What's up, man? I see. How are things in university?
Well, right now it's the winter vacation, so
yeah,
I'm not doing a lot of things, honestly. But like the first semester was great.
Mm-hmm.
I got nice grades and it was cool. Oh, it was only online classes, so a little boring at times, but actually it was okay. The experience is pretty good. I made some friends. I have a group of friends from the same university, so yeah.
Nice. How are you enjoying Korea so far? I'm sure you are. Like I look at your Instagram, you look like you're having a good time.
Yeah, I definitely am. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I've been here for like 5 months now. Yeah, I have 5 or 6 months left. I need to enjoy it more because I'm not going out a lot because of COVID and everything. But I'm definitely enjoying it. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Tough.
What is one of the best parts of Korea so far for you?
I'm not gonna say the weather because it's really cold, but I would say like Seoul is really beautiful. Honestly, like just the city, the view, everything. Like the contrast between the forests and the city and the temples and everything. I mean, everything is great. It looks amazing.
Yeah, you see a lot of old and a lot of new in one place, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Recently, I posted a story on my Instagram. I said like I love the contrast between tradition and urbanization in Seoul. Like there was a temple in the middle of the high like the buildings and everything. It was a really nice view.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of probably my favorite, like when you mentioned that, one of my favorite parts of Korea then was probably around Seoul State, not Seoul Station. Well, yeah, I guess technically, yeah, Seoul State, but more Seoul City Hall area where the palace is, right?
Yeah.
So you have like the huge statue of like, it's King Sejong, right? The big statue. Yeah, the huge statue.
Oh, Lee Sun-shin.
That's Lee Sun-shin. There you go. He's just sitting there in his chair. Right, and then like you have like I can never say it right, even though as long as I've been in Korea, Gyeongbokgung, right?
Gyeongbokgung, yeah. I think, yeah.
It's hard as I guess because I see it romanized and it's like this big, and I'm like, but if I see it in Korean, it's like this big. So you see the palace, and then you see the mountains, and then like there's all that, and then you just turn around from looking at the palace, and it's just like Seoul City Hall area, and you got these huge buildings and everything, and I love it.
Yeah, that's actually where I was when I took the picture and everything.
Oh, really?
I was in the area, yeah.
Distracting me.
So that's what I meant.
That's what's up, man. That's really cool, dude. Like, I'm so glad and enjoying your time and everything here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it.
Hope the COVID gets better and then you can enjoy more of Seoul and maybe you can get out of Seoul one time and you can explore Korea.
Actually, I want to go to Jeju before I leave Korea.
You should, dude. You should.
I'm planning on going there in spring, I guess. So I'm waiting a little bit, but yeah, maybe Busan too. I'm not sure.
Another place I really would suggest you to go is Gyeongju. So in spring, Gyeongju is beautiful. You could do bike rides around palaces, and it's just really beautiful.
Gyeongju, okay, interesting.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay, well, in January, I went to Gosong. I don't know if you know this place.
Gosong.
Yeah, Sokcho.
Oh,
it's really interesting.
Oh, wow.
Never been. Like I really need to go further south. And like typically when I go further south, I go straight to Busan and straight back. But I need to like go to all these other cities.
Yeah, me too, actually.
So I'm jealous, dude. Thank you. Thanks. And you and we're gonna have to catch up at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
We'll have fun.
I had a question about Korean actually, because I know a lot of people are talking about the honorifics. I'm interested about this too. Interested in this too. Because I always hear ne and ye, and I can't really make the difference between the two. I know it's not a big deal, but I just want to know, like, what the difference is. It may be small, but
you mean like as in yes, like ne and
yes,
ye?
yeah, exactly.
I would say yeah is more polite and more formal, but some people say it out of habit. So some people just say yeah more and not intending to be more formal, out of just habit. A lot of older people say yeah more, but younger people say ne a lot. But I would say if we had to really put a name on it, yeah is a little bit more formal.
Oh, so I guess like the ne would go with 안녕하세요, for example.
Yeah.
And ye would go with 안녕하십니까.
Kind
if I'm
of,
not mistaken.
You're right. ne wouldn't be bad to go with 안녕하십니까, but I would think that a lot of the ye would go with 안녕하십니까 a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But I just wanted to make it clear. So thank you.
That's a cool question. I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I hear it every day.
Yeah.
I talk to Korean people, and sometimes they use one, and sometimes the other, and I was just wondering in what context. But I had an idea, but now I know.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely not. It's definitely not a big deal where you have to like really think about whether I'm using it right or not. So it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, bro, for coming by.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to Seoul when everything's kind of clear up a little bit, and we'll hang out for a little bit because we haven't had a proper hangout session since everything kind of started. So
yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, at some point before you go back home. But I know even if you go back home, I know you'll be back. But anyway.
Yeah, probably maybe someday on vacation or something. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back. But I'll catch you later, brother. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, okay.
Later,
I'll see you.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Earl.
Bye.
So at this point, Jinson, I'm going to kick you out just because I'm looking at your face and I can tell that you are. I see you sleepy, and I know your sleepy face. So
okay.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you having you.
I had a really good time. I know I said I'm going to leave at 10:15, but I honestly had so much fun that I didn't want to leave. Mm-hmm. But I should sleep.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's so nice to see everyone.
Yeah, you guys, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys could finally meet Jinson in person. I know you saw her in the videos, but now you can actually meet her in person. She's really cool. And I see I still have Krista waiting, but I'll talk with Krista and answer a question. I think I also have another, we have somebody else who can help answer some Korean questions too. So something right here. So I owe you dinner. I owe you dinner for this.
No, not at all. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Later, Jinson.
Bye.
So I see we also have Krista still left. So Krista, I definitely want to have you on the stream. Thank you so much, Jinson. And I'll catch you later, maybe at work. And Krista, what is that?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I have my evening voice on because I haven't gone to bed since yesterday. So, yeah.
Oh my God, you need to go to sleep. Okay.
Sure. But I'm a Korean adoptee, and so I'm learning Korean for about like a year now.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
And so I think like the hardest part for me is the particles still, like trying to figure out like, oh, when do I put E or ga or you know, like I know where they're placed, but I don't know like necessarily like, you know.
Right when we let go of the Korean teacher, that's when we have the person that's the hardest grammar question. Do you know? I didn't know. Okay. So, okay, I'll tell you how I understand it because it's actually very similar when I studied Japanese. They have very similar, like, it's between the subject marker as well as the not the particle marker. Anyway, okay, I'll just go ahead and talk. All right, so nun and nun is when you're marking the subject of the sentence, right? And so, like, if you're the main subject, you would use nun. Depending on the last vowel or the last like syllable or character in whatever comes before nun or would decide whether it is un or nun that you use, right? So for example, my name is Michael, right? So the last character in my name is Ryu, right? So I would use then un, so like the circle and then the line and then neon, right? Because it sounds like it flows better. It's something called pachim. Because that Ryu goes to so Michael, right? Then if I have Michael then, it kind of it doesn't sound as pretty. It's a little bit tougher. So Michael, right?
Yeah.
And same with like, let's say, I'm trying to think. So like Rose, like it ends in the which is like a vowel. So then I would say Rosenin, just because it ends in a vowel. So I use the nun, the nian line, and then the other nian, right? E and ga.
Markers too, right? So
they are.
So when they are ones to use between the n or the ga, or you know what I mean?
I think this is like the one question that I always struggle with ever since I started learning these languages. I think E and ga, I want to say you can use E and ga in the same sentences as nun and un, but it's typically like it's another subject in the sentence. And depending on your verb, like in some verbs also will determine like what kind of particle you use. So like, for example, like if I was to give something to you, like it would be more like like you, juda, right? It just like if I give something to you, like you say it just, oh, it'd be hante, you know? Well, I mean, what I'm trying to say, I'm trying.
You're doing a great job. It's really hard, and I've been trying to figure it out.
I think like you said,
Okay.
So let's say.
When is better to use iga?
I think context. I'm not Korean.
Yes, you are. We're gonna get back to you on this one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you like a full dissertation. So when to use this thing.
Some people actually use iga together. So as like dialect-ish. So if 선생님이가 말했어요. Like if it is too confusing, then you still can use both, because I have so many like Korean American friends who parents ask them to speak in Korean at home, but they speak English outside their house. And time to time they just use both, but we still can understand and communicate. There's no problem with it.
Yeah.
So if I continue to use like 선생님 E instead of like, I could still use those and it'd be fine either way. Like
선생님이 말했어요. 선생님이가 말했어요. Like E sounds better. I think the easier way to check. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you're not interrupting. Go ahead. I mean, I'm not the native speaker.
I am, but it's true. 선생님이 말했어요. Like 선생님가, we don't say 선생님가. So even in English, there are certain like expressions that you just can't explain well, but you know how people use it. So I don't know, like I'm sorry, I just can't give you like clear answer, but
can we get back to you on that one?
Yeah, we will.
Of course.
That's such a good question. I will get back to you. Thank you, Krista. Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for being on the channel and everything. And I know I got to get a hold of Rohit. He's here. He's been waiting for a while. But your question is a really good one. Let's talk. You and I, we can. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya. Rohit, what's up, man?
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that I have some connection problem.
No worries. It happens.
Like I can understand fully Korean conversation easily, but I can't read yet or write. That's my question. How to conquer that? I want to ask.
Like, how do you work on your reading?
I don't have anything yet to do. I have zero.
I would say, like, the way I did it, well, granted, this was 2003 when I learned how to read. So I had books, but you can go online and there's actually ways that you can actually look at Korean script and like learn how to read and write Hangul from just looking online as well.
But like, I don't know how the words are be spoken. That's the main. I can't do it on my own. That's the main problem.
Okay, I got you.
You know that when we have a teacher.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He taught us how to speak that word. Like you have to A for apple. You start with that. I don't know how to do that yet.
I'm with you. Have you had a chance to look at Talk to Me in Korean?
No, I don't have.
I would recommend this website to me, as well as probably many other Korean speakers, and a lot of people will also agree in the chat. This is one of the best online resources for learning Korean, like the best. Like I think I have a scale from 1 to 10. They are 10. They're one of the best.
Okay.
So if you go here and start at level 1, this,
Okay.
you can see it on your screen.
Yes, I can see.
Okay,
I'm
so
using
this,
my mobile. That's hard. That's why.
perfect. They actually will, you can click that and then they'll actually talk to you about like whatever the lesson is. And you
Okay.
can actually learn the grammar from listening to them and learn like these different phrases that they teach you. And each level is 30 lessons or almost 30 lessons. So it's a lot. So I think if you use this website, you will, let's say you do all of level 1, you will be way better. I promise you.
Like, and my older question, you remember that I don't get time. How to do time management for this? I want to ask that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that part is tricky.
Because I am got that type of job. I don't get even, like, I have to come and then eat and sleep. I got only Sunday, or sometimes there is no Sunday for me.
Do you have any time at all to listen? To just listen, whether with your phone?
Only, but I have some problem when I go to work. That is 45-minute time while I am cycling.
So something that you can do is maybe listen to like a podcast, like a Korean listening podcast, just with your earbuds. If you can connect it to your phone, and I would just like ride your bike and just listen, and work on your language by just listening and listening. Because if you listen,
don't understand. I want to I can understand every bit. I have that math perfection, but I can't read. That's my problem. I can't see while cycling. That's the main reason.
You say you can't see while cycling?
No, I can't. I have sorry for the noise.
That's okay.
I want to
no worries.
I have to how to say that I living in a garrison area, military base. So connection will lose sometime, come back, lose. That's also the problem.
Right.
That's the main reason also.
Yeah. So it's a lot, right? It's like time, resources. It's all kind of like.
If I have time, I only watch one episode of a Korean drama nowadays.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I understand.
Like I have, but in older days I don't have even internet for this. Now I have internet, but I can't use it. Now I have that kind of problem.
Yeah, that is tricky. I guess, if you ever do get it, then I guess you just would want to take maybe screenshots of some of it, because maybe take screenshots of like some of the stuff. Talk to me in Korean. Their stuff is free, so that would help you out.
And there is an app called Duolingo. That is helpful or not? I want to ask.
Utilize those apps for sure. And so I think, sorry, Rohit, give me 1 second. I think that I might have one person left. And so I hope, since you're always on the channel, I hope to maybe connect with you. Maybe you and I can just talk some more, and we can see how we can help you with your language.
Okay, no problem for that.
Nah, thank you, man. Thank you for always being there. I appreciate it. And I need to go into Instagram and then like,
Okay,
So
no problem for that.
But thank you for being here, dude. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take care of yourself.
Okay, bye. 안녕하세요.
Yeah, I know it's really hard to explain Ian guy, isn't it? So thanks, Rohit, for joining. I know Rohit's been super patient, man. Just been waiting and waiting. Hey, and I think we have at least one more person we can get. Paula, what's up, bro? I don't know if you're a person that is joining. Let's add one more person, Elijah. We can do that. And so if you guys have not done so already, hey Rose, how you doing today? That's good. I feel like you ever seen, no, you don't know Inspector Gadget, do you? I feel like you're like the little cat that sits on his leg. Well, heck, Kurajima. Kurajima. Sorry, now I sound like a doofus. Anyway, so I want to show you guys, if you have not followed me yet, and I see I got Kentucky waiting. I'm gonna pull you up in a second. Make sure, it's existential. Right here, add me on Twitch. Oh God. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Fall into Matrix. Okay, yeah, make sure you guys add me on Twitch. So the name is Michael86. Dropping that in the chat. We're trying to grow it. I got my channel points up, and I'm adding more channel point categories as well as our other tier stuff. So make sure y'all follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. But with no further ado, we are going to add in Kentucky. What's up, Kentucky?
Hello.
How you doing?
I can't really hear you very well because there's a weird like stuttering thing. I don't know what's going on.
Really?
It's like I hear you in clicks, but it's kind of understandable.
For people in the chat, is there anything up with my mic?
I might just listen to you on stream instead, but like talk to you.
Yeah, that you can do that. It'll just be like a short delay.
It might mean there's like 5 seconds of delay or something.
There'll be a little delay. What's up? How you doing? How long have you been learning Korean?
Okay, so I just wanted to ask with batchim and those letters like at the bottom of the word, often the pronunciation is very similar with each one. So like it might sound like an sound like ng in English, or it might kind of be like almost no sound at all. And I was just wondering if there was any way that you can tell which letter that is for like spelling in words, because it's kind of hard to tell which letter to use.
E-U-N-G.
No, like Eon.
Eon. N-G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were like Pachim.
Yeah.
So just so I can just be, because I think I know what you mean. So you mean like some words like when you have Pachim and like that bottom character goes to the next, but it sounds really like you say it one way, but then it's actually a different.
Yeah, but like, so you know how, wait, I'm trying to think of an example. But you know the S sound. I don't actually know the name of the letters, but
the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Because like when that's at the bottom of a letter, it sounds completely different, and it's a bit confusing to know which letter to use. So is there like a rule that you follow for knowing which one it is, or is it just a case of memorizing it and repetition?
That is a good question. Like, yeah, because the shit, I know when it's at the bottom, it has that kind of sound, right?
Yeah.
Like a sound. Is there a rule? Do you know?
For sure.
It's okay. So, for me personally,
What I'm trying to understand.
no, so like, all right, so like when you read, so like when I'm trying to think, so like,
like Pachim in general, or like certain Pachim?
like certain Pachims. So like, for example, when you see like a shit like at the bottom, so it's like pop binsu, right?
That's not shio.
No, that's pop binsu, isn't it? Okay, anyway, so like, okay, that's not a shit, but anyway, shit is at the bottom. Is there a certain like rule or method or pattern for like?
I mean, it's easier for you to pronounce shio as like this sound instead of S, because when you pronounce the just like what would be the good example?
So like, for example, do you mean like, and I think Allosaurus put in the chat like Sona, kind of like it sounds like Sola. It kind of has like a different sound. It's not Pachim, but it has like a different sound.
And like with Zhongden Mao, probably butchered that a bit, but that's an S sound at the bottom, so of the deng bit, but it's actually an S sound.
I think just like you explained, like some bachins are really hard to pronounce, and then to make the pronunciation flow, few cases you use the same bachin in the front, and it just continues. Just check like from Denmark. So even though the first bachin is Nien.
Sorry, let me put this down here.
First bachin is Nien and N, and the second bachin is Shield, like which is S. But when you pronounce it, it's not like Chundenmai, you say Chundenmai. So like Nien, it just flows.
Right. So I guess, and his question is there like a certain pattern to this? Because I know for me, to be perfectly honest, for me, I've never noticed a pattern. I mean, I've never found a pattern. See, I never found a pattern. Like I had to like just know that, like learn the word and understand the word will make this sound.
Yeah. I think I can check. I will check just to make sure that what I know is.
That's another one of those tough questions. I know for me, for sure, from my example or from my own like history of studying, I had to just learn it. And because it's not like a ton of words, but I mean, granted, I'm not a master of the Korean language. I truly don't know, but it's not like all the time where you run into that, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
So, but that's a really good question.
Okay. Thank you.
No,
thank you, Rose.
You're welcome. Oh, I found it. Apparently, that shield, the S bachin, is in Korean.
Oh, it's all in Korean? Okay.
Like I said in the beginning, the pronunciation actually would sound like D, but some words with the leer in the end makes sound like N.
Yeah.
So mine, because it has leer, right? My lip. I think that's why mine. And then mine.
Oh wow.
But like because of shield actually block your vocal.
Yeah.
When you try to pronounce
so
it.
you have to change the sound in order to be able to say it.
Yeah. To take my like so this sound instead of like shield.
That's really confusing.
Trust me.
That's super confusing.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you for the good question. I kind of have a headache now. That's a really good question. No, I'm gonna take this question to Jinson tomorrow and be like, "Yo, explain this."
Yeah.
And so I'll definitely get back to you on this because I'm gonna ask my tutor too. I'm be like, "Yo, this is a good question." And I mean, and the good thing about asking Jinson is that because she teaches Korean, like at a high level, so she has to like study or understand. What?
Sorry, I just need to check. My miam. Also, if it needs like like do in front of it, it changes to n. So my actually because of the miam in the end, that shield changes to n, not because of the leer.
So change it to a sound instead of a sound.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually is helpful.
Yay!
Because you can say it, so change it to a sound.
Useful.
Yeah, thank you for being useful, Rose.
Thank you,
You're always
Rose.
useful.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I hope that helps, bro.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, Kentucky. I appreciate you coming by.
Thank you very much, old man.
Yeah. You take care.
See ya.
See ya. Thank you, Rosie. You.
So if he wants to check.
One second, guys.
Korean,
we got
like
some.
You can search this. You can show it to them.
Actually, I'll type it. Actually, so Rose says she found this. She researched it, and it's called You.
I knew what it was. I'm Korean.
Okay. Well, you just said earlier. I'm not Korean. So You if you look at it, then it basically. Oh, Pachin. Okay, sorry. I missed something. Sorry. I typed slow, Rose. I'm sorry. I'm a boomer when it comes to typing in Korean. You, wow. Okay. So look at this, guys. And if you look this up, so especially Kentucky, if you're still here, this is basically what it is. Pachin, you, there you go. Thank you. All right. So before we go, I took the time, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. to create a quiz for you guys. Yeah, because I care. I care. So, oh hush. So you will have to go to something called Kahoot. And Kahoot, so I'll pull up the page for you so you can see it. And not everybody has to do it. I can only fit in 20 people just because that's just the way it goes. But if you're not interested, but you just want to laugh at people instead, play it, then you can kind of sit on the side. So if you type in Kahoot, something will pop up that says Kahoot it, play Kahoot, enter game pin here. And it's going to take you to a screen where you have to put in a pin number, right? And then I'm going to pop up the pin so you guys can play. And I only did 7 questions. For my people who are really good at Korean, so like Yashashri, you might need to sit this one out. You might be too good. But so some people who are still learning, then this might be a good quiz for you. I'm losing my voice. That teacher coming out, but that teacher's here, fam. Yeah, I know. Life's like, you looking tired? Yeah, a little bit. I had a full day of work. Now I'm here with you guys. This is okay because I love being here with you guys. So we got the Kahoot. So the name of the site is this. You type in Kahoot it. I know this is so teacher me, but again, I can only fit in 20 people. So this might be one of those times where it's first come, first serve. But I promise you what we will do again in the future, let me pop up that pen and stop talking. What we will do in the future is we will do like Jackbox games with you guys, and hopefully we can bring in like subs. So I might have to do it with Twitch and be like Twitch subscribers get in first, just so it helps organize things. Let me shut up. There he goes. There's the pen. So Twitch subscribers will get in first to the Jackbox games if you guys are interested. But we can rotate because there's multiple games, and I have like, yeah. So I am talking too much, even though it's a stream. I'm supposed to talk. So here's the pin. Put in the pin. There is no space between the 8 and the 0, by the way. Is he still coming? Okay. So he needs to be here. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Someone coming in. I see you. We got a doppelganger in here. We got Mike Hold.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get at least all 20 spots filled up, and then we're gonna roll. I might need to give you guys a Kahoot quiz at every end of the live stream. Cam, I'm glad you enjoyed this. It was really fun too, and I know Jinson enjoyed it as well.
If you win, if there's anybody who gets the highest score, maybe I can draw 3.
You want to do that? All right, guys. So Rose just sweetened the pot. I feel like I should have gave him harder questions then. Rose just sweetened the pot, fam. So she said, whoever gets first place, she will draw you a free design.
Normally charge.
She said, normally I charge, but she says today she's going to do a free design for you. So all you have to do is just contact me. Contact me on the Insta, and I'll get you set up. So we got, I think, 13 people in. So maybe we'll start in another minute or so, and then we'll go. So if you're interested in getting a free drawing of yourself, hop on in there. That's right. I know, right? I feel like I should have made them super hard. I mean, yeah.
Oh, and then in Kahoot, it also the program also counts how long it took for you to answer the question.
Yeah. So keep in mind also, if you take longer to answer the question, you'll get less of a score. Really? My Korea Boo Wig? Really? We're doing this? Okay. So I'll give you guys 60 more seconds. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. I know people who are already in here are like, bro, just start the game. That way there's less people to compete with. 50 seconds. Let me put up my timer. 40 seconds. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm sorry. I think we're ready. Everyone like, look, bro, we're sitting here waiting at this stupid screen. All right, we're going, guys, in 3. Oh, Chris. Oh, see, Chris, you barely made it. You barely made it, Chris. All right. So just give me 15 more seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So that last part was not fair. That last part of the count was not fair. All right, and then we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Let's get it.
Crazy.
I didn't know what to call it. Okay. What does? By the way, you also have to be able to read too. 어디 가고 싶어요 means.
어디 가고 싶어요?
어디 가고 싶어요? 어디 가고 싶어요? Oh snap, we got Vegito in the chat. My man with the earrings. All right. Where do you want to go? Nice. Oh, sorry, I gotta go back to the screen and change it. All right. We got Ash J leading with Dodd in the back in second. Well, how'd you miss that? The Korean language has 24 characters, true or false? I guess that is kind of a hard question, isn't it? Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. That is. Oh shit. 여보.
응?
실수했어. 진짜 사실이었어.
Your mistake.
Ah!
When somebody says 감사합니다, you should respond with.
천만에요. You're welcome. 네. Yes.
You need to put 천, not John.
Ah, okay. Oh, diva.
It's not 천만에.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I misspelled 천만에. It's actually just 네. Which a lot of people think you'll say 천만에요, but apparently 천만에요 isn't used here. You said.
Who made this game again?
So do you say 천만에요 when you say like you want to say
Time to time, but we normally say 네. Next time you need to share.
Sorry, if some of you didn't know how the game works, I guess I didn't explain it to you. My apologies. Oh, Dad is winning now. The originator of Hangul written Korean is Lee Seung-shin, Kim Se-jung II, Park Geun-hye, Kim Jung. Why are you making that face?
I'll be pissed. I got the right answer, the program says wrong.
All right, and it is Kim Se-jung II. Someone said Kim Jung, but he was actually in The Hangover. But nice try, though. Oh, Rohit's coming out of nowhere. It is okay to learn how to speak and listen way before learning how to read and write. True or false?
Is it your personal opinion or?
Okay, I mean, this is debatable, but it is clear that before you learn how to, sorry, I'll shut up. Please, I hope I chose the right one. You should learn how to read and write first.
Don't people learn how to speak and listen first?
I think we're gonna have people like unsubscribing. They're like, "This quiz is stupid. I'm out of here. I hate this stupid." I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Orel. He's like, "Dude, I disagree with this one. This is crap. This is weird." Like, all right, I'm out of here. Bye. All right. Next time I'll get Jinson to make the quiz. When was Hangul invented? That was Jinson's question. That was Jinson's. Nice. It is 1443. Fantastic job. It was definitely not 1942. It's a little bit older than that, though. Dirty South came out of nowhere. He's in first.
Last one.
How do you say, will you please give me some help? Is it 도와주세요? 밥 사주세요?
밥 사주세요.
빨리 해줘. 너 죽어.
밥 사줘요.
도와주세요. 밥 사주세요. 빨리 해줘. 너 죽어. It is good job. It is 도와주세요, which is please help me, or please give me some help. 밥 사주세요 is please buy me some food. My cold, 86, sounds familiar. Dirty South number 2, and then number 1 is Ash J with the win, with the dub. Ash J, good job. You get a free design from Rose. Please don't unsubscribe to me, people, just because some of my questions are a little bit weird. I promise you, I will get better at them. I promise. I bet now they're like, man, if your questions were like that, what is your teaching like? So, oh, he's calling me. Oh, Rose. Hey, let me give the phone to you give the Rose really quickly. I know. Are you here now? Okay, you're here now. Okay, never mind. Oh, cool. Yeah, you're Dirty South. All right, so bro, hit me up hit me up on like Insta or something, and then like we'll connect you and get you a drawing. So, bro, you skipped the first question, so not only am I subscribing, I'm stopped talking to you. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Or I still love you, bro. I still love you. So I think now at the 2-hour stream, I may have to call it quits, guys. Michael's Korea Boo wig, bro. That Korea Boo wig had me dead. But I might have to call it quits for the night, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you follow me on the Twitch. And I got some channel points on there now, and I'm just building up Twitches. No more friendship. No friendship. Friendship. Love. No love. Thanks so much for coming by, guys. We'll make sure we do some more in the future. We will eventually, either next week or the week after, we're going to do a special stream again, but it's going to be Jackbox Games, which you guys can come on in. We may, again, like I said, have to do subscribers on Twitch for Jackbox Games. That way, at least we kind of have some way of kind of getting people in. But I really appreciate you guys coming by. Thank you, Elijah. Big shout out to Elijah for all the help. Always. Elijah, always helping. Thank you so much, man. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night and rest of your day. Y'all be cool. Peace.